Hey there, my name's Curtis Lucas and you're watching Empire Building. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone to watch out for scammers and impersonators down in the comments, and also that everything you hear on this channel is not investment advice. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions, because I'm only here to provide you with some perspective and share with you what it is I'm doing. Nothing more. But if you do want some advice, I'd head down into the description of this video, click on the link to get 2 free stocks by setting up a new account with Webull. And if you're in Canada, go ahead and click on the Wealthsimple account or the Wealthsimple link, and you'll receive $10 after you deposit $100 and make your first trade. It's super easy. It's set up in no time. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, then click on the link for Patreon and join the community over there. But seeing as how this channel is called Empire Building, I am very excited to get into this topic. Today, Riot made a groundbreaking announcement that the market doesn't quite appreciate yet, but they will. Generally speaking, whenever a company makes a large acquisition, there actually does tend to be a negative impact on the stock because, again, with this perceived dilution. But the move that Riot made really put them on the map this time. This was a bold move, and I've been waiting for them to do something just like this. This is going to put them on course to becoming a premier leading Bitcoin mining company, and is going to set them up for decades of success. And while many of you may have actually read this press release, what you may not have seen is the information that was available on the entity that they actually acquired, or at least the facility that they acquired. There's a whole Facebook page with a bunch of videos, and I'm bringing them to you in this one. So stick around for the entire video because I saved the best parts for the end. But for starters, let's just have a look at what the big deal was in this press release. Riot to acquire Weinstone, creating a US-based industry leader in Bitcoin mining. Riot Blockchain announced today that it has signed a definitive agreement pursuant to which Riot will acquire Weinstone US Inc., including all of its assets and operations, for consideration of $80 million cash plus a fixed 11.8 million shares of Riot common stock, equal to an implied total transaction value of approximately $651 million based on Riot's last closing price of $48.37. Weinstone is the owner and operator of North America's largest Bitcoin hosting facility with 300 megawatts in developed capacity and an attractive long-term power purchase agreement, diversifies Riot's revenues and catapults Riot into a market-leading position in the Bitcoin mining and hosting business, creates significant financial and operational synergies for Riot, provides clear and significantly de-risked path to growth for Riot, as Weinstone's facility can rapidly expand by an additional 450 megawatts. The acquisition of Weinstone is the most significant achievement in Riot's growth to date and positions Riot as an industry leader in Bitcoin mining, says Jason Les, CEO of Riot. After the consummation of this transaction, we will have created a very clear path for the company's future growth. Riot will wholly own the largest Bitcoin mining facility in North America, with very low power costs, and one of the most talented development teams in the industry. Weinstone will serve as the foundation of Riot's Bitcoin mining operations, upon which we will drive our goal of increasing the American footprint in the global Bitcoin mining landscape. Riot will be able to continue scaling its self-mining business with Weinstone's industry-leading team. Led by Chad Harris, the Weinstone team has become an industry-leading developer and operator of Bitcoin hosting facilities over the last 2 years. As Bitcoin mining has reached institutional scale, the Weinstone team is comprised of approximately 100 employees who have built Weinstone's Texas operations from greenfield to commercialization expansion in less than 12 months. The talented Whinstone team combines the facility's substantial expansion capacity, significantly de-risks Riot's future operational and financial growth. Whinstone is based in Rockdale, Texas, and its facility is located on a 100-acre site, hosting Bitcoin mining customers in 3 buildings totaling 190,000 square feet. An additional 60,000 square foot building is also under development. The site is subject to a long-term lease agreement with electricity provided via a long-term power supply contract. Whinstone's site has a total power capacity of 750 megawatts, with 300 megawatts currently developed. Whinstone's facility is believed to be the largest single facility as measured by developed capacity in North America for Bitcoin mining. In pursuit of achieving the most efficient power strategy, Whinstone combines fixed, low-cost power agreements, real-time spot power procurement, and income from ancillary power service revenue. Bitcoin miners benefit from low-cost energy to maximize production margins, benefiting from an electricity supply with the flexibility to respond rapidly to supply the demand events in the power market. This is a massive deal. One of the things, the only real reason why I was formally invested in Riot, it used to be my number one holding. I moved away from it because I grew a little uncomfortable with their sort of month-by-month lease agreement or hosting agreement with CoinMint. The fact that the CoinMint owners were in a bitter feud to actually dissolve that company left me sort of unwilling to take on that level of risk. But this changes everything. I was concerned that Riot would be limited in their future expansion abilities, basically never really being sure that they have a home. But now not only do they have a home, they've got more power than they're going to need for years to come, with plenty of room to grow. And not only that, they, along with this, are acquiring all the personnel, all of the existing infrastructure, all of the expertise that this company, Whinstone, actually already possesses. They get all of it. And in addition to all of that, this is a site that is already set up as a co-hosting provider. So this means that there are existing 3 large institutional mining customers that are already in this facility. This is going to provide a secondary source of revenue for Riot in the form of cash that they could use for operating expenses, which would lower the necessity for them to actually have to sell any of their Bitcoin. It's not clear what their revenues from these operations will actually be, and there's a number of things that haven't been answered in this press release, like exactly what is their power rate? What are they paying for each kilowatt hour? It'll also be interesting to see how quickly Riot actually expands their own operations into this facility, or how much of it is already spoken for by the existing 3 clients. But either way, there's just a ton of space here. But in addition to the images that are seen, they also had some great videos, so I'm going to play some of those and stop talking so you can just enjoy it. That is what I call empire building. Well done, Riot. And on top of that, it's a beautiful site. This is really what I like to see. And I love that they actually put together videos like this. This is exactly the kind of thing I would like to see from all the other miners. We get to see exactly what it is that they're doing. And it looks beautiful. I cannot wait to see more, especially since we can see throughout those videos, there's a whole lot more space on those sites. Imagine what that facility will look like when it's fully built out. I suspect that the mining economy, the mining ecosystem is going to look very different from what it looks like today in terms of hash rate capacity in each country. United States and North America is going to acquire a large percentage. At the last video, I was talking about that mining overall hash rate percentage being maybe around 20%. I could see it actually reaching 50% or possibly more. And this is why I think that, as for geopolitical reasons, it's very important that North America encourages miners to grow as fast as possible. Securing more of the hash rate on this side of the ocean is really going to help sort of decentralize the Bitcoin network so that more of that control is actually in North America. And everyone can start relaxing about all this anxiety over China having too much control. I do think that this is going to change rapidly. But having said that, if you had caught those other videos, I was referring to that in terms of how much compliant coin that these miners might be able to produce. It's still not going to be much, so we'll see how that develops. If institutions really badly want that compliant coin, I am very interested in seeing how much they're actually willing to pay for that. But either way, this was great. And if anyone at Riot Blockchain is listening, or if anyone listening knows anyone at Riot, see if you can get them to reach out to me, because I would love to be able to get them on this channel and sort of pick their brain and see what exactly their intentions are with this site, and really anything else they can tell us about what might come next. That's all for this one. Now let's get back to empire building.